Hi, my name is Sam DeCencio, and today I will be doing a demonstration video on how to get started with Premiere, and we're going to go down a list of items. So first step is you obviously to create a project. So we're going to start a new project here, and we'll name it February 7th, 2022, and most of this information is good. You just want to make sure you have it saved in the correct location, somewhere that you know, and also looking at the ingest settings, which we will not be using, but it is important to note that when working with clips or just video files from an external source, such as an SD card or flash drive, that you're not going to be able to use when editing at all times, such as if it's only available at work, you would like to ingest the settings and save a copy of all the clips that you are using onto the computer that you will be editing with. So we don't need that, and we're going to just create the project. And we'll also just make that easy. And so first we're going to want to import some media. We'll just grab this, and we'll also just put one in here just to start a timeline or sequence. So once we have a sequence started, we will look into inserting and overwriting clips. So if we just take a clip from another video and want to put it in the project and put it in the middle in a spot like this, there's two ways to do it. The first, insert, will, as you can see, as it's inserted, push the extra part of the clip where it's inserted over versus when you have a clip inserted with the overwrite function, it instead just writes over the original clip, and you lose that piece of the clip where it was. So looking past that, there are, as I just did earlier, there's a few things on the actual sequence timeline that are important to look at. So first is the video and audio routers. So as you saw when I put in the video, when these routers are on the second video track and audio track, if you hit the insert button, it will put these clips, audio clip file, on these second tracks, just because that is where the routers are. And same thing, if you were to put the audio on the third and insert it, it would go to the third. You can also make these tracks bigger so you can see the video file more clearly. You can also do that with the audio file as well. And then finally you can expand it and make it larger using this slider at the bottom. And another thing that you can do in here is also just a little voiceover record. Just if you want to record the built-in microphone or microphone that you've plugged into the computer. I'm not going to do that just because of the feedback I'm most likely going to receive if I click on it. So next, two other quick little functions are the link and the snapping. Sorry, I'm just trying to cut this. So the link and the snapping, as you can see right now, because linked selection is on, it will select both the audio and the video together. So where you move them, you can move them accordingly, versus if link selection is not on and you go to move one, you can see there's a clear imbalance of the time. And the reason you want to keep link selection on when moving clip and audio that match up is just because it makes it a lot easier, and everything will stay together versus have your audio and video file not match up. And Next to that, sorry, is snapping, and you can see snapping here as we get closer. It's a very important feature where you can snap in the video. As you see, it snaps and it's just a clear video with no space, while when that's off, if you're very zoomed out, it might happen where it looks like it's together, but you can't really snap it in there. So you'll sometimes get a black frame that pops up, which is something that you don't want. And finally, just if we're gonna look at these two clips, we'll snap them together. Just looking at video transitions, they're simple to add, and you just go to the effects section over here, and we'll add a cross dissolve, which you want to just put in the middle of your two video clips. And as you can see, oh, well, that was not smart because I have to at least make it look different. And we'll just get rid of this, we don't need that. And you can also, another shortcut would just be highlighting both and Command D, but that unfortunately does that, which adds extra cross dissolves that you don't need. So as you can see, looks like he fades in. You can also expand this the duration of the transition to have a slower transition. So now finally, once you're done with your project, which I am here, you're going to want to go to Export Media, and in order to get the best settings, you're going to want to make sure this is on H.264. You can change the output name to February 7th, 22, and we can also just make sure we want to match, since we're going to put this on YouTube. We're going to want to go down to the best output settings for YouTube, and then export. And now once your project is saved, the last thing you want to do is go to Preferences, Media Cache, and you just want to delete the media cache files that you see here. And basically, the reason you don't have to do this, but the reason you want to do this is it takes up space, mainly just what you sort of work on, like that cache takes up space, continual space, as you work on bigger and bigger projects. So if it's going kind of slow and running out of storage, hitting that delete button's a good button to hit. But other than that, that's everything. So thanks for listening. This was my demonstration 1 video.